I'm a poet, so any chance I get to read somebody's poetry or my own, I do. But secondly, because it is important to keep in mind that as we construct a new vision of learning as an undergraduate, or new visions of how knowledge is created, that we keep the arts in mind. And I also read it as a source of inspiration in support of our students and all the rest of us who really do hope for a better world. So here's what our buddy Lawrence Ferlinghetti would say to you if he were here. You pretend that I'm him. I am signaling you through the flames that the North Pole is not where it used to be. Manifest destiny is actually no longer manifest. Civilization self-destructs. Nemesis is knocking at the door. So we ask, what are poets for in such an age? What, we ask, is the use of poetry? The printing press made poetry so silent that it lost its song. Make it sing again. If you would be a poet, create works capable of answering the challenge of apocalyptic times, even if this means sounding apocalyptic. So I'm going to read it again, and I'm going to say it this way. If you would create a school of civil society, create a school capable of answering the challenge of apocalyptic times, even if this means sounding apocalyptic. If you would be a poet, write living newspapers, be a reporter from outer space, filing dispatches to some supreme managing editor who believes in full disclosure and has low tolerance for bullshit. If you would be a poet, experiment with all manner of poetics, erotic, broken grammars, ecstatic religions, heathen outpourings, speaking in tongues, bombast public speech, automatic scribblings, surrealist sensing, streams of consciousness, found sounds, rants, and raves, to create your own limbic, your own underlying voice, your voice. If you call yourself a poet, don't just sit there. Poetry isn't a sedentary occupation. It's not a take your seat kind of thing that we do. Stand up and let them have it. Have a wide-angle vision. Each look a world glance. Express the vast clarity of the outside world, the sun that sees us all, the moon that strews its shadows upon us, quiet garden ponds, willows where the hidden thrush sings, dusk falling along the river run, and the great spaces that open out upon the sea, high tide, and the heron's call, and the people, oh yes, and yes, the people all around the world speaking in babble tongues. Give voice to them all.